I was 10 when my parents left me on grandma's doorstep with a note that said, "We'll be right back." They came back 15 years later expecting a daughter. I remember that day like it was yesterday. Mom told me we were visiting grandma for the weekend. I was excited. Grandma had a big backyard and made the best cookies. Dad carried my little suitcase to the porch while Mom held my hand. "Be good for grandma, okay?" Mom said. She hugged me tight, tighter than normal. At the time, I thought she was just being extra loving. Now I know she was saying goodbye. They drove away and I waved from the porch. Grandma waved too. Then she looked down at the envelope taped to my suitcase. I watched her face change as she read it. She went pale. Her hands shook. Then she pulled me inside and held me for a long time without saying anything. The note said they weren't coming back. They said they were too young when they had me, that they never wanted to be parents, that grandma would do a better job. They said they'd send money every month. They never did, not once. I waited by the window for 3 weeks. Every car that drove down grandma's street made my heart jump. I was sure they'd come back. They said they would. Parents don't just leave, but they did. Grandma tried to explain it in ways a 10-year-old could understand. Sometimes grown-ups make choices that hurt the people they love. It's not your fault. You did nothing wrong. I believe the second part eventually. The first part took longer. Grandma raised me on her Social Security and her part-time job at the library. We didn't have much, but we had enough. She taught me to cook, to budget, to save. She came to every school play, every graduation. When kids asked about my parents, I said they died. It was easier than the truth. By high school, I stopped thinking about them. I had grandma. I had a life they weren't part of. I got a scholarship to college, studied accounting, graduated with honors while working 2 jobs. Grandma cried at my graduation, said she was proud enough for 10 parents. I got a job at a firm downtown, worked my way up. By 25, I was a senior accountant. I bought a little house near grandma so I could check on her every day. I was 25 when the doorbell rang on a Saturday morning. I opened it and there they were. My parents, older, grayer, but I recognized them immediately. Something in my chest cracked open. "Hi, sweetheart," Mom said. Her voice was shaky. She was crying. "We finally found you." I stared at them. 15 years. 15 years of silence, and they show up on my porch like they just went to get milk. Dad cleared his throat. "Can we come in? We have so much to explain." I didn't move. "How did you find me?" "Grandma's neighbor. We called around, asked about you. Everyone in that town knows you now. Said you're doing so well. We're so proud." Proud. The word hit me like a slap. "You're proud of me?" Mom reached for my hand. I stepped back. "We made a terrible mistake. We were young and scared and selfish. Not a day went by that we didn't think about you." 15 years, I said. 15 years and not a single phone call. Not one birthday card. Not one letter. You told grandma you'd send money. She raised me on nothing because you couldn't even do that. Dad's face tightened. "We went through hard times too. It wasn't easy for us either." I almost laughed. "It wasn't easy for you?" I was 10. I waited by the window for weeks. I told kids at school my parents were dead because it was less embarrassing than the truth. Grandma worked until she was 74 because you abandoned both of us. Mom was crying harder now. "We want to make it right. We want to be part of your life. We're your parents." "No," I said. My voice was steady. "You're the people who gave birth to me. Grandma is my parent. She showed up every single day for 15 years. Where were you?" Dad stepped forward. "We're family. You can't just shut us out." "I can," I said. "You taught me how. You shut out a 10-year-old with a note. I'm just returning the favor." Mom grabbed my arm. "Please, we're getting older. We need you." There it was, the real reason. They looked tired. Dad's clothes were old. Mom's shoes had holes. They weren't here because they missed me. "What happened?" I asked. "What do you really want?" Mom's face crumpled. "We lost everything. Bad investments, medical bills. We're about to lose our apartment. We heard you're doing well now." I felt nothing. No anger. Just cold clarity. "You want money?" Dad jumped in. "Not just money, a relationship, but yes, we need help. We're desperate." I thought about grandma, how she gave me everything and expected nothing. Then I thought about these 2 strangers who left a child with a suitcase and came back when that child had something they wanted. "I'll give you the same thing you gave me," I said. "A note." I wrote 2 words and handed it to them. Mom read it out loud. Her voice broke. "Good luck." "That's it? You got more than I did," I said. I didn't even get a goodbye. I closed the door. Grandma said something that night I'll never forget. "You don't owe anyone a place in your life just because they share your blood. Family is who stays." She stayed. They didn't.